wow. I look lovely in that photo, not? I didn't know that was gonna. Hi everyone, how are you? I am so honored to be in front of you all. I know that you guys could have been anywhere in the world today and you decided to be right here with all of us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you have a memory that no matter what you do, you cannot forget, you can't unsee, you can't unhear, and you can't unfeel? This moment right now brings me to a time that happened when I was 21 years old. I was a stay-at-home mom and was always home with my 2 little babies. One day I was super excited to get out of our little apartment. We lived on the 2nd floor of a small 2-bedroom apartment we could barely afford at the time. I dreaded walking up and down those flights of stairs because I had to carry both of my kids in both my arms. As I finally made my way down the stairs, though, from a distance, I will never forget what I saw. And most importantly, how I felt. I saw our family vehicle being chained up to a tow truck. It was being repoed due to non-payment. I saw it drive away, and I've never seen it since. The truth is I didn't even know that we were behind on payments. I didn't even handle our finances. That 21-year-old Lori was codependent. I never took accountability. I could have never, ever survived living on my own. I remember seeing that tow truck drive away with my family car and thinking, well, what am I going to do now? My toddlers were disappointed that we couldn't go for that drive and to just get out of the house that we were looking forward to all day. And honestly, I remember feeling like a loser. I remember asking myself, how did I get here? I didn't even have enough money for groceries sometimes, family, and I was sitting here watching my family car get repoed. Like many of you, my journey was not easy. Today, the world sees me as Lori, the CEO, Lori living her dream, the Lori that's, everyone do quotes with me in the air, successful, quotes again, put together, quotes again, has it all. But to me, true success, family, is a part of our journey that the world never sees behind closed doors. The struggle, the hardships, the failures, the poor decisions, and the heartbreaks that we eventually get through, that to me is true success. At the age of 5, I started my journey into becoming a classically trained pianist and devoted much of my time to accompanying the best choirs, symphonies, jazz bands, and musicians, like many Asian Americans. I was a cheerleader since high school, or since middle school, excuse me. I was an ASB vice president or president ever since the 5th grade. I always took honors in AP classes, and I was always voted, quotes again, most likely to succeed in the yearbook. And the thing my Korean mom was most excited about, I got accepted into my first choice college at the University of Washington in Seattle. Go Huskies. Oh, but wait. Listen, the pressure to succeed was so strong because I loved making my mom proud. I loved giving her a reason to brag about her kids. My mom was the oldest of 6 brothers and sisters, and when her parents died when she was in her early 20s, she made the decision to leave them in Korea and start a family here in America instead. She lived with this guilt, and I always felt so much pressure to make my mom proud, to prove that she made the best decision. And how did I do this? I did this by doing well in school and being an overachiever. When I entered into my first year of college, my journey took a huge turn. My entire world turned upside down. And when all seemed to be going pretty well, I was violated and sexually assaulted by someone close to me who I never would have imagined. Someone who I'd least expect to hurt me the way they did. The pressure that I always felt to be perfect and the yearning to be validated reached its climax during this time because I didn't know what I did to deserve this. I felt betrayed. I felt hurt. I felt angry. I was ashamed. And honestly, I lost faith in God. I remember reaching for a bottle of pills and swallowing dozens of them, hoping it would end my life. I thought there is no more purpose for me to live anymore because there was no way my heart would ever heal from this. So I began my downward spiral, smoking, drinking, partying, all that. This journey of trying to find validation lasted for over the next 15 years and unfortunately brought me into failed relationships and marriages. For 15 years, I made poor choices that were rooted in hurt, in anger, and in pain. And while I got my 4 beautiful children out of these last 15 years and built 3 companies and found a lot of, quote, again in the air, success, I also struggled like many of you on this journey of being, struggled on this journey. I was sexually assaulted, abused, manipulated, cheated on, stolen from, taken to court, had my life threatened, had police show up to my house, had CPS get involved. I was lied to, I was accused, publicly defamed, I was abandoned when I was 7 months pregnant with my last child, and the list goes on. I can't even explain how crazy this journey has been. But life gives us these moments where we are faced with choices. And I knew that I had to make some decisions. The first, I could continue feeling sorry for myself and allow my hurt, anger, and pain from my past to cause more destruction in my life, or I could surrender and start working towards building a life and dream that would become more than I could ever ask or imagine. And of course, I chose the latter, to surrender and start building a life and a dream and decide that I would never be the same again. And that's when God met me right there at the bottom. Slowly but surely, I began channeling all the negative energy, the pain, the anger, and the brokenness, and use that as fuel to turn it into good every day. Those 15 years were tough, but it was also incredible. My children were my constants, and I found my love for dance fitness, which became a job that I absolutely love. Through this job, I found my calling, which was serving my community. I get to make them feel seen, heard, and validated, something that I had yearned for ever since I was a little girl. While my personal life took massive hits behind closed doors, the reality was that I still had people to inspire. Nobody knew that this was going on. I still had fitness classes to teach. I still had children to take care of and raise. And life did not stop simply because life got hard. We were never promised to live an easy, comfortable life, but here is what I started doing to get through those difficult seasons when I wanted to give up. Are you ready? All right, I'm almost done. I ignored the noise. There will be lots of noise. I forced myself to get up. I established a morning routine where I prayed, meditated, and started reading my Bible before I began anything else in my days. I surrounded myself with good people. I started reading books that would strengthen me as a leader and worked on my personal development. I started leading various small groups to help them. I started a podcast. I returned back to college finally and got my Bachelor of Science in Business, specializing in leadership and management. It only took me 15 years to find. And I'm working on my MBA right now, so. Listen, I am standing in front of all of you today not because I'm smarter or better than you. It wasn't because I woke up like this, okay? I am here today because I just simply never quit, no matter what life threw at me. And if I can get through it, you can too. So, to bring it home, I want to leave all of you with these 4 things. Number one, believe that you can succeed, because what you believe is what you become. This is where you can tap into your faith, to God, the universe, or whatever else you believe in. Number 2, accept your situation. See it for what it is with no sugar coating or filter. Accept the good and all the bad. Accept that you are where you are because of yourself and nobody else. Number 3, act on improving your situation. While everything that happens to us is not always our fault, it is our responsibility to heal. So, become the best leader you can be for yourself and for those around you. Take classes, go back to school, start budgeting, work on forgiveness, start working out. Pick up the phone and make that call you've been dreading. Apply for the job. And last but not least, number 4, do not waver. No matter what, don't quit. Keep trying and don't stop. Once I started taking responsibility of my healing journey, my thoughts changed, my relationships changed, my businesses changed, my reactions changed. I loved more, I became more forgiving. I became more caring and empathetic. I became more confident. I became a better mom and a partner. And I began truly, truly, truly loving my community and the people around me. I found my calling, which was to make others feel seen, heard, and validated. Everything about me changed because I changed. I didn't allow circumstances, roadblocks, hurt, pain, anger, all the things to derail me. And you, my friends, you are capable too. So, number 1, believe that you have everything in you right now to do whatever you need to do. 2, accept your situation for what it is. 3, take action on improving your situation. And lastly, do not ever waver or give up. And you got this.